Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
This certainly hasn't been an average holiday season, but you wouldn't know it by driving around Fargo. Even in the early hours of the morning, the area was lit up with Christmas cheer. Whether big or small, elaborate or simple, everyone is finding their own way to show off their Christmas spirit on this Christmas Eve. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for a first look at your Christmas Eve forecast.
Well, good afternoon. It is looking pretty cold out there still, even on our sky cam. It's pretty chilly. And we've got that cold air really hanging on in addition to having some wind out there too. So the wind chill advisory has actually been extended now because we're still struggling here in the valley. So right along the Red River and then east from there are most of our counties in Minnesota, and our North Dakota counties along the Red River are included in this now until 3 o'clock this afternoon, because we still have, again, areas where we're dealing with temperatures themselves in the double digits below zero. Even at the noon hour, we're at 15 below in Fosston. You can see where the coldest core of air is. Fargo is still 4 below, and it's 5 below currently in Grand Forks. So a cold start to the afternoon here. As we look at our wind chills, they're still tough, still dangerous. We're looking at numbers into the 20s to 30s below. And again, the focus is along the Red River and into Minnesota. So want to make sure that you are still dressing properly for this weather. Here's a look at your Christmas Eve planner this afternoon. Expect to see more sunshine. And then heading into this evening, we'll have some more clouds rolling in and warmer air moving in with it too. And that may trigger a few snowflakes late tonight, just in time for Santa's arrival. More details on that and what we can expect for our Christmas Day planner coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
And hopefully we'll see something warm up a little bit. When I got in the car this morning to drive here around 9-ish, my car said -15 on it. And I was like, ooh, is this real? So hopefully we'll see something different. That was pretty cool. Thanks again, Lisa. Well, new for you at noon. Fire crews are still on the scene of a barn fire in Henning, Minnesota that killed over 1,000 goats this morning. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office says the fire began at 3 this morning. They don't know how the fire started, but don't think it was suspicious. The barn, the goats, 2 to 3 tractors, and a large haystack were deemed a total loss. Thankfully, no one was injured in the fire. A 56-year-old woman is in the hospital after a car accident. Just before 2:30, Jan Olson was driving east on 94 when her Saturn Eon swerved left. Minnesota State Patrol responded. They say Olson vaulted into the median. She is facing non-life-threatening injuries. The U.S. Department of Energy has awarded $250,000 to the University of North Dakota's Energy and Environmental Research Center. Less than 2 years ago, the North Dakota legislature found the EER to provide funding so new ideas can be explored. So far, 25 research ideas have been funded. The $250,000 will be used to combine in ammonia-based energy storage technology for use at coal-fired power plants. Well, over 1 million people have received the coronavirus vaccine. That's according to a statement from the CDC. The agency said at least 1,008,000 people have gotten the first dose of the vaccine since vaccinations began 10 days ago, and more than 9 million doses have been distributed across the country. The first approved vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna went to healthcare workers and people living in long-term care facilities. In Jamestown, more than 60 out of the 350 or so employees at the Jamestown Regional Medical Center received their first dose of the Moderna vaccine. Yesterday was the first day that the facility offered shots, and there are 3 more days on the schedule. The vaccine is not mandatory, though JRMC does recommend it. Millions of Americans are making some tough choices this Christmas Eve. Can they safely visit family members despite the pandemic, or should they heed the expert advice and spend the holidays at home? Others have no choice. A record 119,000 COVID-19 patients are now hospitalized in the United States, many of them in isolation. Mola Lingyi reports from New York.
We are going to have sheriff's deputies go to the home or the hotel of every single traveler coming in from the UK.
Mayor Bill de Blasio is stepping up quarantine enforcement in New York City with news of another new strain of COVID-19 emerging in the UK. He says all travelers from the UK who don't quarantine will face a fine of $1,000.
The model predicts that the worst is yet to come.
In Southern California, the head of LA County's Department of Health Services says ambulances are waiting an hour in some places just to drop off patients, predicting more than 1,000 people will die countywide in the coming weeks.
No matter how safe you think you or your loved ones have been, that perception is a false reality. COVID-19 is absolutely rampant in Los Angeles County.
On the vaccination front, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order Wednesday prioritizing seniors over essential workers like teachers or public transit employees, defying the recommendation of the CDC.
People that are 73, 74 would be in the back of the line for a young 21-year-old worker who's considered, quote, essential. That doesn't, I think, make sense.
It's a move that doesn't sit well with Florida's teachers union.
He continues to basically thumb his nose at educators, saying you're not worthy of being protected.
And for those who are getting the vaccine, life is already changing.
My kids were just so excited. My wife was, a little teary-eyed.
Dr. Franklin Lynn, a neurosurgeon with Georgia's Wellstar Health System, got his vaccination while FaceTiming his family. Living alone since March to protect his wife and kids, he's mostly been communicating with them virtually. Soon, he can resume his dad duties at home.
What do you miss the most about being home?
I'm excited to put the kids to bed. That was always my original job.
Mola Lenghi, CBS News, New York.
We have a warning for you this afternoon, and it's directed at last-minute Christmas shoppers. The Better Business Bureau says if you're in need of a gift, you know that you're know who you were buying from. Little-known websites offering brand names at steep discounts may be a scam. Instead, go directly to the merchant and purchase a card from them. Take a close look at the physical cards for any tears, wrinkles, or other indications of tampering, and see if the pin is exposed. If anyone looks suspicious, it's probably best to take a different card and turn in the compromised card to the store's customer service desk. We've been taking a live look at NORAD Santa's tracker as he makes his way around the globe. For the 65th consecutive year, the Department of Defense is tracking Santa's sleigh, updating his location and the number of gifts delivered each minute. Right now, you see that he is flying over the Middle East. He'll be in Yemen in just a minute. More than 2.3 trillion presents have been delivered to good little boys and girls around the world so far. If you want to check up on old Saint Nick yourself, just go to noradsanta.gov. Don't forget my house too, Santa. And a big thanks to everyone who has joined us in helping the Great Plains Food Bank. So far, our virtual food drive has raised more than $23,000, and we'd love to hit $25,000 before Christmas Day. If you'd like to help your neighbors in need, there are a number of items you can purchase and donate right from your phone. Download our free VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and click to donate. Well, coming up at noon, how one woman is spreading Christmas cheer around the country, one letter at a time. And definitely a chilly day, but what should we expect? Well, meteorologist Lisa Green has the answer to that question up next.